I thought I would just share with you a few things, a few changes that I've made that are realistic. They are doable. Taking 10 minutes to myself because I need it. I have put a limit on my social media on my phone. Everyone is on their own timeline. Do not worry about what other people are doing. Why? Why are we on our phones this much? You know, it's nuts. I mean, I've literally been doing it for about a month, like consistently, and I'm still not good at it. Again, being a busy mum, I'm not prioritizing my diet, and I sometimes struggle to get in the nutrients. Hey guys, today I wanted to share just a few simple things that I am doing to help improve my mental health, and I guess to just set my day up in a better way. I am a busy mum, actually that's an understatement, I'm a very busy mum with two preschoolers. I have an almost 2-year-old and an almost 4-year-old, and we also run a family business with just the two of us, just me and my husband. So things are extremely busy, and if I'm honest, over the last, I don't know, basically 4 years, my health and my mental health has just been the last thing on my to-do list. I literally have spent, what feels like forever putting myself last, not prioritizing my mental health, and I decided that 2025 was the year that was all going to change. I need it to change. Something has to change basically. So I've really been focusing, especially with this, you know, you start the new year and it's a good chance to really reflect on how you're doing and what you want to achieve for the year. And we are well into 2025 now. We're the beginning of February. So I thought I would just share with you a few things, a few changes that I've made that are realistic. They are doable if you can just change your mindset so that you are prioritizing you, which is important because, as we all know, we hear it a million times, you cannot pour from an empty cup. For me to be the best mum I can be to my kids, I need to be mentally strong, I need to be physically strong. So it's really important to start putting myself first, because that's not an instinct as a mum. And as I just said, for the last 4 years, I've been putting them first and just not making time for myself. And even just these tiny, small changes have made a massive difference in the last 4 weeks that I've been doing this. So I wanted to share these with you. Just before we get started, just in case you are new, my name is Charlie, and on this channel I like to do lots of organisation, mum tips. I do a little bit of adventuring. We've got some big travels coming up this year, so I'm going to be doing lots of travel with toddlers, preschoolers, and just generally sharing just how it is. You know, there's no kind of clearing up before I clear up on this channel like it feels like a lot of YouTubers do, you know, and I just want to keep it real and realistic because we don't live in an aesthetically pleasing world. I have toddlers. My house is chaos all the time. It is a mess all the time. There are toys everywhere. It's just chaos. So I like to just keep it real. So if that is the sort of content you are into, please make sure you are subscribed, and please hit the like button if you're enjoying this video because it really helps to support my channel. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into the first thing that I do in the morning. I wake up, I have my phone charging by my bed, and the first thing that I used to do was literally wake up, roll over, and start scrolling. Why? It's like the worst way to start your day. There was one morning when I was sitting out, I'd literally woken up and I'd been scrolling for about half an hour or 20 minutes before the kids suddenly woke up, and I then got my cup of tea and was sitting, and I was like, I'm feeling really anxious and I don't know why. And then I suddenly thought, hang on a second, do you know what I did? I woke up, I scrolled on my phone, I saw an article and then read an article about a plane crash. That's how I started my day. No wonder I have extreme anxiety, or what am I thinking? Honestly, I have now made a rule that I do not just immediately, the first thing in the morning, wake up, grab my phone, start scrolling mindlessly on whatever social media platform. What I do is take my phone, open Calm, and do a 10-minute meditation.
Welcome to the Daily Calm. Sitting in a way that's not too tight or too relaxed, but that's comfortable and upright. Close your eyes. And as you turn to the breath, follow it nice and slow.
Now, I promise you, this is not some sort of advert for Calm. I actually have tried using Calm a few times in my life. I think I started like a couple of years ago, and I wasn't very successful. I've decided I am going to make it a thing. If I can scroll on my phone for 15, 20 minutes before I wake up, I can definitely do 10 minutes, a 10-minute daily Calm. What I actually normally do is just go grab my phone, take it straight outside and go and sit, as long as the weather's okay, just go and sit out in a different location because the girls are waking up and I just don't want to be disturbed. So Tom is great and he just gives me that 10 minutes. It's literally, they're exactly 10 minutes long. I just literally click on the Daily Calm and just do.
Welcome to the Daily Calm. Today we'll be discussing the practice of pausing. Start by finding a comfortable position with a relaxed yet wakeful posture.
Honestly, it has changed my world. I know it seems nuts, and I know that a lot of people will probably be like, ugh, meditation is not for me. And it does take practice, and I still can't. I've literally been doing it for about a month, like consistently, and I'm still not good at it.
No, stop thinking. Why is this so hard?
I struggle to switch off my brain and to stop thinking, oh, what are we doing for dinner? I got Lexi's daycare bags sorted. I need to replenish the nappies. I need to make sure I bought that book. Kids' birthday parties are coming up. Have I got a present for them? Oh, did I get the card? That is my brain, honestly, when I'm trying to switch it off to do meditation. But I'm starting to get better at it very, very slowly. It's starting to work. And what's happening is it's retraining my brain into taking that like kind of peacefulness and just intention and slowly filtering into my day. An example of this was that I had to get some blood tests done quite recently and the nurse completely messed it up. I had said to her, I don't like blood tests. I was like, I have to lie down. I will collapse. I'm terrible. I can't deal with blood tests and needles. Anyway, I'm not going to go into the full details, but she really messed it up. I was lying down and I had my eyes closed. I was turned away because I was like, I don't want to see. And I felt this warm liquid like cascading down my arm. And I was like, and she then swore. She literally shouted the S word. And in a panic, which then like my whole body was like, the needle had come out and there was just, blood everywhere. Anyway, the point is that my instinct would have been to absolutely panic and just probably completely collapse. But my brain, I kind of switched into that meditative state. I don't know if that's the exact word, the meditation state. And I just managed to control my feelings and control my mind and focus on my breathing. And somehow that situation was absolutely fine. I actually ended up taking control of that situation when the nurse was in a complete panic, which is nuts because she's the professional. Anyhow, enough of that story. I don't want to make anyone feel queasy. That was just a very small example of how it's starting to change my brain, and it's now becoming a non-negotiable. I have to have just that 10 minutes, and I'm starting to even increase it now. Like I feel like I want more. So I'm probably going to, in the coming months, try and maybe allocate some time to do a deeper and longer meditation. I can understand how, whenever someone says to you, oh, you have to meditate, everyone is like, oh my God, not one of those people again. I used to be one of those people. I used to be like, oh, I'm not meditating, blah, blah. But it's just, brought a whole new concept to my world. And so combining that with cutting out scrolling on social media, that, you know, unnecessary scrolling. I'm not saying I cut out social media. I've not done that. I have to work on social media. I run other people's social media. I run the business social media. So it's a big thing for me. I have to do that. However, mindless scrolling. And these apps are so clever. They keep you hooked. And you have to really be careful, you know. I've really cut that out. Actually, I just want to put a little shout out here. I don't know if she'll be watching, but to my friend Sam, who at the beginning of the year just was like, New Year's resolution, actually coming off Facebook and Instagram, just completely actually cutting out socials. And she still cut it out. And I haven't actually had a conversation with her yet to see how she's feeling, but I bet she is loving it because it's just a thief of time. Honestly, these apps are so clever. They keep you hooked, and a lot of the time you're not in control of them. One little tip here, actually, before I go into the next thing that I do to kind of help my mind and body. One little tip is to make sure you have no notifications on for any of these apps. Because why? Why do you need notifications? Why do you need to know if someone has commented on this or liked that or blah, blah, blah? You don't need that constant feed in your life. I cut out all notifications, especially to Instagram, mainly because I used to run Instagram as a business. So I was like, I do not need to know if one of my photos has got a like on it, because I mean, oh my goodness, you just have hundreds of notifications coming in. It's absurd. So I just cut that out a long time ago, and I still don't have it now. So any of my friends know to not message me on Instagram if they actually want to get an immediate response, because that ain't gonna happen, because I could not look at it for quite some hours. Anyway, yeah, so that's a little tip for you. Oh, and another tip for socials as well is make sure all the people you do want to see and you are following, like your close friends and family, put them as favorites, because then it comes up as the first things you see. So I can literally very quickly go on Facebook, see what all my friends are up to, check out my friend Gemma, who lives in Scotland, and she's walking her dog Coops, and I can quickly see where they've gone on their walk for the day and some like fun photos. And then I don't have to scroll through the whole of Instagram or Facebook to just see this stuff. Anyway, sorry, we're going on a little bit of a rant here, but yeah, that's a little tip for you. Make sure you've got all your close people that you actually want to see favorited, and then it saves time. Anyway, so the next thing that I do, I have added in a green juice to my kind of morning routine. I have picked this one. I did try quite a few different like brands and flavors, and this one just worked for me. I tried Athletic Greens, and it honestly just kind of tasted a bit like grass clippings. So this one was one that really worked for me. I really wanted to add in a supplement because, again, being a busy mum, I'm not prioritizing my diet, and I sometimes struggle to get in the nutrients and just the actual, you know, get that veg in. As a family, we are very good at having a very healthy dinner, having lots of vegetables. I love steamed veg, so that's like one of my things. And the girls are pretty good at having that as well, but I needed a bit more. So I started this about 3 or 4 months ago now, and it has really made a difference to my energy levels. I have this in a glass of water like first thing in the morning. It's the first thing I have, and it really sets up my day, and it's just become, you know, a kind of essential thing for me. I really love just having a really good nutrition hit in the morning. My glass of water, also it's a good way to just get that hydration in first thing in the morning, because, you know, you're just having a glass of water and you're having some greens. And again, this is one of those things I guess I did think was a little bit pretentious, you know, all those people that have green juice and blah, blah, blah. But I kind of looked into it and I found one that tastes good. This one is a mango passion fruit flavor, and it is delicious. Well, maybe delicious is maybe the wrong word, but it's tasty. I think it's definitely palatable. Tom doesn't like it. It's not for him. So you do have to find one that is kind of to your taste and experiment a bit. They're not cheap. This one was 60 serves, It's because originally Tom and I were going to do this one together. So this is a month's portion and it cost $100. So it is like a little bit of an investment, but you know, you have to invest in your health, especially as you get older. You know, I'm no spring chicken anymore. So I have to invest in my own health, and getting a little bit of, you know, that dose of nutrients in is just really helpful for me. So I always have one of these in the morning, and it's just like my little boost and just makes me feel like I'm, quite often what I do is I sit and I do my calm, I have a couple of sips of this, I have my calm meditation, and I drink my juice, and it just, oh my goodness, just makes me feel really good. It sets up my day and sets up the intentions for the day, and I just feel like I'm nourishing my body and my soul at the same time. You know, it's just, oh, that compared to scrolling social media and reading about plane crashes. I mean, it's a no-brainer, really, isn't it? I don't know what I was thinking, but sometimes you just need that kick to get yourself organized and get yourself out of that just routine, you know. I'm not gonna lie, there are days that I wake up and I look at my phone, because just in case you don't know, I'm British, but I live in Australia. So it means I'm on obviously the opposite time zone to a lot of my friends and family. So I wake up in the morning, I check my phone to see messages from my friends and family. And it's difficult sometimes to then be like, right, oh, I've just quickly responded to my friend, I'm gonna put my phone down and go and start my morning routine, as opposed to see my messages from my friends, and then, you know, oh, what's that article about plane crashes? Seriously. Yeah, I really don't mind it. I think it's quite nice. I've really got used to it. I might try some of the other flavors that they have actually for the next time. Another thing that I have done is I have put a limit on my social media on my phone. I've put a limiter so that it pings up when I've been on whatever app it is for too long. You can actually do it on specific apps. You can definitely do this on an iPhone. I don't know if you can do it on an Android, on like a Samsung or something, but that's really helped with, you know, just limiting how much social media I'm doing. I do find it difficult when I'm working, because say I'm doing batch reels ready to release for the business, I obviously then have to pretty much turn off that limiter as soon as it pings up and says, you've been on for an hour. I'm like, well, I've still got loads of work to do. So it's not the best, but it does help me just in general, is putting that limit on, because why are we on our phones this much? You know, it's nuts. And you know what? The kids they're just watching, they are soaking it all up, they are sponges. They are just taking in just how much we use our phones. And it's got to the point where if my phone is just lying around, Tilly will pick it up and bring it to me like I need it, like it's part of me. She's like, here you go, here's your phone. I'm just like, ooh. She's obviously already established that, you know, I have to have my phone on me all the time. And kids, they're just sponges, and they soak up what you're doing. They are watching, they are mimicking you all the time. It is so evident. They don't pay attention to what you say. That's not how it works. They mimic what you do, which is why I am trying to put in these healthier things for myself. I have also going to the gym, and, you know, actually getting out the house and going to gym like sessions. I try and do some classes. I also just work out in the gym. I've learned how to use the actual weights machines in the gym. I was always so terrified to get involved, you know, just actually do any of that on the gym floor. It wasn't my thing. I used to do group exercise classes, we used to go swimming, and if I wanted to go for a run, I would always just run outside. I've worked out that I can go on the treadmill and I can actually just watch like my own TV show or something, which is great. I can do walking uphill and just having a bit of me time. It's for my head, you know, it's for my mental health. I find that any of the cardio that I do is for my mental health, and any of the weights and resistance training is for my body. So I am trying to get into doing more of that as well. I have to be honest, I've been avoiding the gym a little bit this month because it's been so busy, because it's January and it's packed. Everyone is starting back at the gym. So I've actually done less in this January period than I would normally, because I don't like it when it's like, you know, you have to wait to get on whatever machine you want to use. But I didn't, again, this is not something that I've just started for 2025. I started to get back into this after I'd finished breastfeeding. I breastfed Tilly up until she was about, I think it was 18 months. And as my hormones started to regulate and get back to normal, and I just felt more like me, and I felt energized. I felt like I wanted to get to the gym. I wanted to work out, which is something I didn't feel before that. So if you are by any chance, you know, postpartum mum and really just not feeling yourself, you used to exercise, but then you had kids and just it wasn't part of your routine, and you just don't feel it anymore. You don't feel that enthusiasm. Do not worry, it will come back. You will feel like yourself again, because it happened to me. Sometimes it takes a long time. You know, I do hear of mums that are like literally running again after like, you know, 5 or 6 weeks, whatever. And they're back at the gym, and that's just them. Everyone is on their own timeline. Do not worry about what other people are doing. Hence, cut out the social media. Honestly, it's just nuts. What has happened to our world? Why do we care? Why do I care what other people are doing? Whether they've bought a house or where they've gone on holiday. I don't need to see that. Just stay in your own lane, on your own time zone. We never used to have these worries, and we wonder why we're all suffering from like extreme anxiety and just, it's going nuts. Things have to change. We've just got to change, you know. These are the few things that I have put in place. No more picking up my phone and scrolling first thing in the morning. Taking 10 minutes to myself, because I need it. It's just 10 minutes to do some mindful meditation and just contemplating and setting up my day properly. Starting my day with some nutrition. Having a healthy breakfast is such a good thing. We have got into, well, Tom has got me into having eggs for breakfast. I absolutely love it, because that protein just keeps me full and gets my brain going, and I can just dive straight into work and just get, you know, energized. I'm not eating just a piece of toast, which doesn't do anything for my nutrition, you know, and then I'm just starving again, like literally 40 minutes later, I'm like, did I have breakfast? Because I'm hungry. What's going on? I don't have that when I have just some simple eggs. Anyway, this is not about, you know, what I eat in the day nutrition video. But having that green juice in the morning really sets me up, obviously with my cup of tea. Got to have a cup of biscuit brew. Anyhow, sorry, this has probably been quite a long video, but I hope you've got some value out of it. Please do make sure you hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you as part of my little internet family to share more just realistic help and realistic organization, because we don't have time to be making everything look absolutely beautiful. We just need to make it functional, make it work. This is what this channel is about. It's about real life. It is not the social media version of things. So if you're into that sort of content, make sure you subscribe, hit the like button. It really helps me out, and come and chat to me in the comments, because I love to hear your thoughts. Have you got something that you do that is just crucial to like setting up your day? Just something really simple, not something massive, not, oh, I do 3 hours meditation, because we do not have time for that. But you know, if you have anything just really small and simple, drop it in the comments. Let's help each other out. I would love to build this community to help everyone out. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I will see you in the next